What's up, everybody? It's me, JR. What's good? Thanks for tuning into my channel. And this is How to Make a Beat on Logic Pro. But today I have a very special guest. She is very beautiful and very talented. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mica, Javier. Yeah, thanks for agreeing to do this video. But Mica the other day asked me if I can teach her how to use Logic because she's, she uses a lot of Photoshop and a lot of Final Cut, and you also need Logic for the audio portion. And plus, she's an artist, so she wants to figure out how to make her own tracks on Logic.
I only knew how to use GarageBand before this, and I wanted to level up my recording music game.
Right.
And I decided to tap none other than the best.
Right. See?
The king.
So it's perfect. So this video, it's how to make a beat on Logic Pro / how to use Logic Pro for beginners / I will be giving you production tips on how to make this track sound better. So it's like a pretty long title, so we'll just stick to how to make a beat on Logic Pro. So let's get to it. Okay. So of course we have to open Logic. You can download Logic. I think it's only like $200 or something like that. It's pretty basic. It's such a good program. I used to use Pro Tools. I still do. But now I'm on Logic and I'm loving it. So we're gonna start a track and we're just gonna use a bunch of Logic instruments. Okay, so since Mica's a beginner, I wanna ask her, what do you wanna learn? Or like, what do you wanna know about Logic? Everything.
Well, since I'm a beginner, I'm just going to be practical and ask you how to first start a session on Logic. And then I want to learn how to record my vocals on Logic. I don't know if we're going to get to that.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
And also how to make a basic track on Logic. Can you teach me that?
Let's do it. Okay, so first what you got to do is you gotta start a new project. Okay, right now I opened it and it's opening up on this this session that I have right now. So if this happens to you, all you gotta do is go to File and click New. And then you close it. And this pops up, right? This menu right here. So since we're gonna start off a track, we can start off with software instruments. Okay?
Why? Why software instruments?
Software instruments, I'm gonna show you why in a minute. Because when you pick software instruments, you can choose what you want to use. You want to use your piano first. You want to use your drums first. What do you want to use first? So that makes a difference.
So do you need a keyboard to do this?
You don't need a keyboard because on Logic Pro you can use the keyboard on your laptop to play the notes. But yeah, it'll be easier. I mean, you don't have to get a big keyboard like this. Like I have a little MIDI controller that's only a few octaves, so it's like this small. It's really easy to carry around. So you start with an instrument track, right? So I think it's better if we see on this side right here, if you click the top left, this little menu comes out and all these instruments come out. So if you click on the bottom right here, it says vintage electric piano, but if you click on that, like all your options come out here. There's the bass, there's a drum kit. Let's start off by putting a little beat together, right? So let's click drum kit, and then these are just basic sounds that come up. See, there's a kick. All right. So now that you have that, you want to figure out your metronome.
Wait, so when you select one of those instruments on the left panel, does it automatically sound off on the keyboard?
It automatically sounds off on the keyboard. And then there are different drum kits. See, this one's the Blue Ridge. It has these kinds of sounds. And if you click on the Bluebird, it's a different set of drum sounds. Okay? And if you really listen closely, it's really different. Probably right now we're just like going through it, you can't really tell the difference. But right now we got a drum kit out. And next thing you have to do after that, you need the metronome. Okay? So you want to figure out how fast or how slow your song is going to be. Right? Typically, if you're going to do like a fast song, like an EDM, it's around 120 BPM. And then like mid-tempo stuff, it's around like 90 to 100. And then ballads are just under that, like 80s and stuff like that. But For now, let's do maybe like, I guess like a mid-tempo. So let's stay like around 100. So it's up here, see? It says 120 up here. All you gotta do is just either double click it or you just gotta click on it and just drag it going down. If I can see. So then we'll drag it to 100. And then now we have this tempo. It's a little fast though, so let's make it like 90. Okay? Alright. Okay. So now, you always want to start at the top of your session. So you always want to start at the 1. All you got to do is click enter or return. Okay? And now there's a little top bar up here that you can click that becomes yellow. So when you click that yellow, these bars, see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 bars are just going to keep repeating. Yeah.
It's like a loop.
Exactly, it's a loop. So if you want to make it longer, you can make it longer. You want to make it shorter, you can make it shorter. For now, we'll just use this. Okay? And we'll just practice with it. Good. Good. So this is our kick. Right? Right? That's like the most basic beat ever. You want to try?
Sure.
Go. Okay? So let's start off with that first. Okay? Now what you want to do is, see this little 1, 2, 3, 4 that's already clicked. And what happens is when that's clicked, when you press R for record, it gives you a 4 count before you go in. Okay? So let's try it just right now so you can hear it. 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Alright.
That's cool, but I definitely wasn't perfectly on time.
You weren't perfectly on time.
Can you fix that?
And where you're going with that is quantize, right?
Quantize!
So now we have this MIDI information here. We double click on this, which it brings us to the piano roll, okay? So when you double click on after what you play, you go here, you make it smaller so we can highlight everything. And all you gotta do here is press Q. And it's quantize. Now,
Q?
Q for quantize. Okay? Sometimes...
That's it?
That's
you don't
it.
have to select like 1/4, 1/8, whatever?
See, right now, because this is a basic beat, it's as simple as pressing Q. But once you start getting into intricate beats, yes, you have to start going to 8th beats and the 4th beats. But right now, this is just basic, so this is perfect. But at the same time, I want to teach you some tricks also to make it better. So, see, this is a basic beat, right? Now, when you go into the piano roll, let's make it a little bit bigger here so you can control up here in the top right how big you want it and how small, right? So let's make it just a tad bit bigger so you can see it easier. Alright, so now this is our kick, that sound right here, and this is our snare sound, right? So what you want to do is you want to make ghost kicks to make your track sound better.
What's
Okay?
that?
So that's the first tip that you want to learn. It's a ghost kick. So after you make this real basic beat,
What's a ghost kick?
boom, boom. It's like boom, boom. You know, it goes in right after the one, so it's like boom, 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 right? So what you want to do is you want to get your kick here. You want to copy it, right?
Oh, you don't have to play it like boom boom.
You can also do it, but there's a quicker way. See, like this. All you got to do is you got to get this little scissor tool out. See? Now, this is what controls your cursor. You can choose a bunch. So if you choose, let's say, a pencil, it'll stay a pencil, right? If you choose a scissor, it will stay a scissor. And I don't like that feature because I always like the pointer tool. So I keep the pointer, and what I do is the one on the right of it is what you change. So you make this one a scissor tool, and the thing to the right of here, see, it stays the pointer, but when you hold command down, it becomes the scissor now. Or whatever you choose, right? The glue, whatever, mute. Here, so right now we chose the scissor, so it becomes a scissor. Now what we want to do is you just want to just snip off a little bit of the kick because we want to copy it. So
How much do you snip off?
Just because we're gonna add it to the side of here, we're gonna add it here, right? So we want to snip off just enough. So now we snipped it off. We're gonna copy paste it. We're gonna click up here in this little green area up here, and we're gonna paste it, right? And we gotta adjust it because it's starting to overlap on the existing bass kick that we have. And let's check it. See? So then it sounds right now, right? There's that extra. Now, it's a little robotic. Here's another tip. Now that you know about ghost kicks, it becomes robotic when you just copy paste it. What you want to do is mess with the velocity. The velocity is the volume now. So
the volume?
Yeah, the volume. See, now if I click on our ghost kick and I make the velocity lower, like it's gonna have a better effect on it. Now listen to this. See, it's like it rolls better now, you know? But I put the velocity just a little too low. So let's make it higher. Now, you want to do this.
It's like a swaggy ghost kick.
Exactly. It makes it swag, right? So what you want to do with this ghost kick that you created, you want to put it on every other one now, right? So you click it, you copy paste it, click up here in the cursor where you want it, paste. And then, see, we're going to skip this one, we're going to go to the next kick and paste it here. And then the same thing, right there. And now, see? Right? Okay. A hi-hat. What you think? Go. There you go. Boom. Alright, so let's record that. Okay? So we click this 1, 2, 3, 4 bar here, so we have extra 4 count. Here we go. 3, 4. Alright. Okay, now, do you remember what to do after that?
You select all and hit Q!
No, not yet.
Oh.
All of only the hi-hat.
Exactly.
Okay,
that's
so
what
do
I
it.
meant. Not all as in the other ones, the ones we just recorded.
Okay, now?
Q.
Cool.
Oh, I saw it move.
But you also missed this? Yeah, it moves, right? You also missed that one. Q. So now it's like this. Oh, making a beat now.
No, I'll tell you what I want.
What I really want.
Tell me what you want.
Okay,
No.
so now we got the beat. Now we can work on some chords. Okay, so what we want to do is here's what is this? Shortcut. Shortcut command is Option Command S.
To save?
For software instruments. To save is Command S, but this one is Option Command S. Okay.
Software.
For audio, it's A. Option Command A. But right now we're using software synths, right? So we want chords. Now, you're a musician also, so what kind of chords do you want to put on this? It could be any basic chord. There's a sustain pedal here if you need. So now, what do you have? What's your chords?
Those are my 3 chords.
Okay, so let's practice it.
Again. Oh, I did
Okay, let's do it again. 2, 3. Okay, so.
Can I quantize that too?
Yeah, you quantize that also.
I can quantize the chords.
Okay, fine. Let's see you do it. Go.
Double click.
Okay.
Where is it?
It's there. It all came up right now.
That's all of it?
So you go scroll left to right, so you can see it, and then up and down, so you see everything. Okay, there we go. See, there's some hidden there. Now select all of those bad boys. Yeah.
Q?
Okay.
I can do Q. Oh shoot.
Q.
Sorry. I can do Q.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, it kind of stopped a little too early there, right? So we got to fix that ending, and all you got to do is you go to it, highlight the last 3, and just drag out the end.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah. See, so now it's gonna be like. And then. Oh. All right. So
cool.
see, and then
I'm
now.
learning so much.
So, right now, here's a trick now. Here's the trick. Now you got your basic chords there, right? What you want to do now is make it sound swag, right? So basically, you got these basic chords here. You just want to add an extra note in there. So then if we add, if we add that note, we're going to go over to the right pointer here where we had the scissors, and we're going to add the pencil tool now, and we're going to hold Command. We're going to get that note. We're going to add it in there. We're going to listen to it. See? Now, it gives it kind of like this feel. What we're going to do is we're going to lessen the velocity. It's a little too loud. And we're just going to have, it's like a ghost note now.
What?
It's a ghost note. See, now it makes it, see the difference now?
Yeah.
It's like, it has a little more swag,
yeah.
right? So we're going to do the same thing to the next one.
How do you know which note to put it on though?
There's a formula to it. You know how like when they go 1, 3, 6 or whatever, there's a formula to it where it's like it's the dissonant, but I don't know, I just do it through sound. Like Andrew Wong does this all the time. Shout out to Andrew Wong. And that's what you want to look for. See, the thing is you can play around with it and you can get that same note and you can listen. Basically,
can you drag that? And
just drag it down. Like you can drag it there. See, it becomes like a different sound also, right? Or we can put it here. But that's wrong. See, I like it here. See, and the next one, parang ano, it's the same. So we can just hold down Option, and then get this guy and just drag it. And let's check. Yeah, see? And we'll keep that one open and we'll add one at the end here. Let's see if this one will just stay and it'll be, let's see if it'll work. Nope. See, it's wrong, right? You can hear it. Maybe this one. Gives it that extra, okay? So now that we have the ghost notes in place, what I like to do is I like changing the sound. And what is really in right now is a lot of synthesizer sounds. So we go over here to the left again, like the top left, that little, I don't know what icon that is, like a little library icon, I guess. But we go up there and we go all the way to the bottom and click and look for synthesizer. And what I like to use a lot for the synths are the pads. They have really nice sound, so you just scroll through it and you can check. See? So this is the tip. See, like this is a pretty cool sound right here, right? It's not the best sound yet, but we can add a bunch of like reverb on it and delays. Right now, let's focus on getting the next sound. Okay? This is a cool enough sound that we can use. Okay? So now, we got this beat. Good job. Now let's add a bass. I like adding a bass after the beat, after your chords. The bass really just makes it full. Like, these are just the 3 instruments that you need and you have a whole track. And then there's a really nice bass sound that I like to use in Logic. It's under synthesizer. So we go back to synthesizer and then it's under bass. It's called deep sub bass. Now, do you remember the chords that you played?
Yeah.
Usually the bass line it's the first chord that you play. So do you remember that? Try it. And then the next one would. Alright, so let's practice it. Yeah, see, that's good. So now there's different ways of doing it. You can follow the bass kick.
Ooh, that's cool.
Right? Uh-oh, there's something wrong wrong with our last chord. I think that ghost note that we put in is wrong. We'll just take it out. So let's record it. Here we go. 2, 3.
Quantize.
Double click. Highlight everything. Q. Now, remember what we did with the ghost kicks? How we put the velocities lower? You also do the same thing with the bass line. The bass. So then we click on the ghost parts and we lower the velocity. So then it has more of a live feel. So now what I like to do after you put your bass line in, I like to EQ it because like right now I'm feeling like it could be bigger. So what you do is you click on the bass track itself, and over here to the left of it, there's this track that comes out. This is what controls the track that you just highlighted or selected. Like if I click on the analog waves, this will be controlling the analog waves, but I want to control deep sub, so I click on deep sub and I go on the track and there's an EQ here. Now, for all of you beginners that don't know what an EQ is, EQ over here to the left is the bass notes. Of course the middle is self-explanatory, it's the mid-range, and over here to the right is the high end, which is like the treble. But right now we're messing with the bass, and the bass, we want to make the bass bigger. So where do you think we're gonna adjust?
Left.
To the left, exactly. So we just add it up a little bit, we play it, and as you bring it up higher, you can notice it's getting bigger. See, it's getting full.
Do you select anywhere on the region?
You select over here, because see this region over here, when you select it, it's a bass cut or a high pass. What happens is if you click that, this cuts the bass out, and what you usually use this for is vocals. So we don't want to select that. You want to select over to the one next to it, which is like this little wishbone looking thing over here. And then you lift this guy up and down. This is going to let you know if it gets bigger or not. You can see it. You can visually see it right here, and you can also hear it when you slide it up. But you don't want to do it too much because it's going to distort speakers, so you just leave it there. You could also add more tone with this. Area here. More tone because it's more in the mid-range now. See all of this over here to the left, when we're bringing it up, it's really bringing up the low-end frequencies. But if we go more to the right over here, around more to the mid-range, it's messing with the mid-range frequency along with the low. So it's a different frequency from the low end, which also brightens it. And which what we just did right now. See, so it's sounding a lot better. You also want to do this to your drums, but it's a different type of EQ. You also want to do this to your synth. See, look, I just selected our analog wave synth, and now I'm going to go to the EQ. Now for the synths, you usually want to bring down the bass because you don't want the bass competing. So we're going to use this guy now. So when we play it, and we lower our synth, the bass of the synth, it's going to come out more now. Much of the bass anymore, and then we're gonna put up some of the low end, the higher end, so we can hear more clear the synth. See, it's getting clearer. The higher we put it up, it gets clearer, right? But we don't want to do it too much. That's over EQing. So that's basic. So now that we have these three instruments playing, we can kind of arrange the track now. Okay. So what we want to do is kind of copy paste everything now. So we highlight all the waves here, and we want to make sure that it's exactly where the 1 is and where the 5 is, because when we copy paste it, if it's not there, it's going to sound really, really off. So we make sure that's good. See, everything's aligned up. See? And then we highlight everything. Command C, and we set our marker, and we paste it, and now we have these two guys, and they're going to be seamless. Now that we have these two, we highlight these two, we copy it, put our cursor at the end, basically keep going. So now we have all of this. So we can arrange it easier now. Usually like intros, it's kind of quiet first, right? There's no bass yet, so we'll take out the bass, we'll select the bass, take that out. And maybe not even the drums are in yet, so let's take out the drums. Maybe in the intro, all we want is just the hi-hat. There's no kick and there's no snare yet. So we double click on our drum track and we go in the piano roll and we look for the kick and the snare, which is here. We highlight those and we delete it.
Do that.
And we delete it.
Didn't know you can do that.
So now, for our intro, we have this. Now when you arrange, usually there's an intro, and then there's verses, there's chorus, verses, right? And these sections differentiate from each other. So right now, what we want to do is we want to make an extra part. Don't laugh. I was thinking like... record this. Watch, check this out. Super basic. We're just gonna use that for now. Okay? Again, double click, highlight everything, quantize, boom. We're gonna change the sound now. We're gonna make that into a bell sound. I like using these bell sounds, and the bell sounds are in the synthesizer. So we go there, and we go to the bells, and then I'm just gonna click on any random one, okay?
What? Mind blown! What the?
So then we got this now.
It actually sounds like a track bell.
You know?
But like whenever I've done this, I've only had like whatever it was recording on. So I never thought anything I would make would be cool. Like I never thought anything sounded cool, and I'd always be like, help. And all you have to do is like tweak the instrument.
Yeah, it's really easy once you find out how to do it. So when our verse comes in, we want our verse to sound different also. And remember, we already have the chords, which we used earlier, which is this. So what we want to do is we want to copy all of that. Or let's just copy one of these to a new, we want to copy it to a new software instrument. And how you do that is you just hold Option and then just click on it and drag. And there, we got that. See, so now it's, when it comes to this part, after that, it's going to come back to that. So we want to take out our existing synth part there, because now we have this new part we're creating for the verse, which is just, we'll make it just a regular Rhodes or a regular piano Rhodes, electric piano, okay? So we're going to arrange this a little bit better, and then we're going to have a track. Okay. Okay, so let's put down your idea. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, okay. Okay, that last chord was wrong though, so we'll quantize it first, but let's take out this last chord and we'll just drag this guy out na lang. So basically you have this. Nice one, I like it. Let's record some audio. And then, see, because this song sounds like it could use like a, in the intro, it could have like a, oh yeah, or something, you know? Let's record you saying something, and then we're gonna alter the sound of it to make it sound cool, okay?
What?
Yeah. So I'm gonna mute all these things out, and then I just want you to record like a, let's go, alright?
Just let's go?
Yeah.
Let's go!
See, now we got that, right? We got this little let's go. And the way I did that, I pressed Option Command A for an audio to come out. And then now I'm recording with the microphone on the laptop. Okay?
Option Command S is software instrument. Option Command A is like from the microphone.
Is for audio. Yes, for like...
So like live recording.
Live recording stuff. So now we recorded.
Let's go!
Now.
From the computer mic?
Yeah, that's the computer mic, right? And we want to make it a little bit louder. So what we want to do is double click on it. And we want to turn on flex mode. Flex mode is for us to manipulate the audio wave. So flex mode is over here, this little DNA looking icon. And yes, you want to turn it on. And you want to just leave it first on automatic, which is fine right there, okay? So now when you're on flex mode, you're able to use these effects over here. So you know how like I was telling you when you highlight the track and this whole thing controls it, there's more to it. See these little drop down menus right here? When you drop that down and you click on the audio, you can use the gain to make it louder. See how the wave is getting bigger? That means it's getting louder. So now when we play it back, let's go! It's louder, okay? But what I like to do with these kinds of things is I like to pitch the voices up. So we're gonna pitch your voice up. We're gonna make sure that it's highlighted, the wave, and we're gonna go back to this thing and transpose. We're just gonna click here and then slide it up, maybe +5, and let's check how it sounds. Let's go! Hey, let's try to make it a little bit higher. Like at 9, how about that?
Sound like a chipmunk.
It's too much. Let's go back to let's go to 6. Hey, so that sounded kind of cool. The next thing you want to do is add reverb and not reverb, delay. Okay, so same thing. You highlight the track. See, this is what we highlight. Now this drop down, it's in the way, so we're gonna pull it back up. Now see where it says audio effects over here. This is where you put your plugins in for the effects. This is where you're gonna find the delay. You click on it. You look for delay. And it goes over here, and then click on echo, okay? Mono, boom. Now this thing comes out. Now, automatically when it comes out, it's gonna make noise already, so check this out. Right, that's cool already. So, let's just keep it at that. Let's just keep it at that, okay? And we wanna put that in right before all the music comes in, right? So we gotta put it in time now, because it's not in time. So we gotta slice it up a little bit, and you gotta move it. Let's go!
Why do you like the chipmunk sound?
Okay, I'm just showing you how to manipulate it, but let's make it lower. Let's go
you
back.
You put a radio effect on it? My favorite thing in the world.
That was next, but we need to mess with the pitch first because you don't like it high, so let's go with lower. So let's go -4. Let's see how that sounds. Alright, so you like it like that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now that we have the pitch right, the volume's about right, let's make that radio voice that you're talking about. The radio voice is easy. All you gotta do is go to the EQ, and then we're gonna use these things that we were talking about earlier where it cuts off the bass, and also, at the same time, we're gonna use this one also, which cuts off the high end. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna cut it off until the middle area. See that, what I'm doing? And now the middle, we wanna make it higher. And this is what makes the radio effect. See, it already has that radio effect already, but we want to take out more of the bass. Yeah, and then put this mid a little bit higher, if I can get to it. There it is. There, we'll put it here a little more. There we go. See, more of a thing. You sound like a guy. So. Now there's way more things to do, guys, but this is pretty much the basics of how to make a beat on Logic Pro. Alright? Hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see, what you want me to do next. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you learned a lot. Did you learn a lot?
I learned a lot.
That's good. I want to see you make some tracks now soon. Maybe your next video you can do a track.
Yeah. No, I can't because you. Thank you.
Alright. See you later, guys.